Welcome back. In this lecture, we will see how we can create a log analytics workspace in the Azure portal. A log analytics workspace is a bare minimum that you require to operate log analytics and its associated solutions. To do that, let's go to the Azure portal. You can type in portal.azure.com and log in using your Microsoft or organization account. Key in your password and you should be good to go. This should take you to the main page of the Azure portal. Once you are in the main page, go to the search bar on the top and type in Log Analytics. As you can see, the first result here is the Log Analytics workspace. So let's click on that. And it will take you to the Log Analytics workspace section where you can create a new workspace. As you can see here, I have a couple of existing workspaces, but let's create a new one. Go and click on the Add button. Here it will prompt you for some basic information. For example, a workspace name. Enter a workspace name which is unique globally. That means that the name has to be unique across all Azure customers. For example, if I were to type in Udemy, you can see even though that I don't have a workspace on that name, it will say it's already in use. So let's give it a more unique name. Remember this though, when you are giving the workspace a name, make sure to adhere to your organization's naming standards. Next is a resource group. You can either choose to create this in an existing resource group or create a new resource group and have it stored in the new resource group. Here I will create a new resource group called Udemy and the Log Analytics workspace will be in that resource group. Next is choosing a location for your workspace. There are several options to choose from. You should remember one thing while creating your workspace location. Unless of course you are doing it just for learning purposes in a trial subscription. If you are creating a workspace for your organization, make sure whichever workspace location that you choose, it's nearest to the servers that you are trying to manage. That's one thing. Secondly, ensure that the workspace is in the location that is compliant to the data storage standards set by your organization. Make sure that you don't store the data outside of an approved region. For example, people from European region may run into issues if they store data outside of the region because of GDPR compliance standards. So be careful and choose the location wisely. For this demo, I will choose East US. Next is choosing a pricing tier. As you can see, I have multiple options, but that may not be the case for you. I have pay-as-you-go, free, per node, and standalone options. But if you are creating a workspace in a new subscription created after April 2nd, 2018, it will default to the per GB plan, and you may not even see other options. So don't worry if you don't see the other options. Just choose the default and click on Go. We will cover the pricing for log analytics in much more detail later. Azure will now check all your inputs and start the deployment of the workspace. Within a couple of minutes, your workspace should be ready. I have skipped forward a few seconds so that we don't waste time waiting. As you can see now, the deployment has succeeded and we are back to the home page. The new workspace doesn't show up yet, so let's just refresh the view. Oh yes, my newly created Log Analytics workspace is here. As you can see, it is in the Udemy resource group and deployed to East US location as we chose. That's great. You have now learned to create a Log Analytics workspace all by yourself. In the upcoming lecture, we will learn more about how to use this workspace for analytics and more. Thank you. Resource group.